Hi everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be making a strawberry cheesecake. I'm so excited about this recipe and I know you will too. So you know what? Let's get right to it. Cheesecake has always been one of my ultimate favorite desserts. This recipe is super easy and delightfully creamy. I have also added fresh strawberries inside and as decoration, making this recipe undoubtedly delicious. Let's get started on our cheesecake crust. For that, we're going to need 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. So let's go ahead and take our crackers, put it in a Rubik's cube, and grind them up. We are looking for our crumbs to be very fine. Let's go ahead and pour our crumbs into a container. Into that, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar and a 1/4 cup of unsalted melted butter. Now let's take a spoon and mix this up real well until it starts to look kind of like wet sand. You're looking for everything to be well incorporated. We will need a 9-inch round mold, very well sprayed. Let's go ahead and take our crumbs and start molding our crust. Let's start by spreading crumbs evenly at the bottom of your pan and pressing. You will also need to bring crumbs 3/4 of the way up the sides of your mold. It's almost like we're making a solid fence around our cheesecake. And our crust should look just like this. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my oven that I preheated to 400 degrees for about 5 minutes. I'm looking for a light brown color and my crust to look set. While that is in our oven, we're gonna move on to our filling. And for that, we're going to need 4 8-ounce packs of room temperature cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of AP flour, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And with a paddle attachment, we're going to beat this until it is very smooth. Guys, this is not a paid ad or anything like that, but I do want to recommend Philadelphia cream cheese just because I've used a less expensive brand in the past and it has not worked out. So just make sure you get a good quality cream cheese. Once your cream cheese looks very smooth, we're going to stop our mixer and move on to the next set of ingredients. We're going to go ahead and add 1 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of sour cream, and if you'd like, you could add a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And for our star ingredients, we're going to add 2 cups of small cut strawberries, and we're just going to give it a mix. Okay, it looks like it's time for a good scrape down. We need to be able to get all that goodness mixed in together. Okay, last but not least, we're going to add 3 large eggs at room temperature and you're going to add them one at a time. So once you see one incorporates, you can go on to the next one and so on. So I'm just gonna wait until this incorporates. And my next step is completely optional. I'm going to add 3 drops of light pink food coloring for a bit more vibrant color as opposed to a pale pink color. I would say add a small drop at a time until you get the color that you desire. Then you can stop your mixer. Okay, so our crust looks ready. Let's go ahead and bring our oven temperature from 400 degrees to 300 degrees. And once our crust is cooled off, we can start pouring our batter into our mold. Once your batter is all in, you can use your spatula and just gently move your batter around so that you can get all of your edges, just like I'm doing here. I'm going to transfer my pan into a sheet pan so that I can easily move it around and place it in the oven. And remember, as previously mentioned, we're going to bake our cheesecake at a 300 degrees temperature. Okay guys, our cheesecake is going to take about an hour and 5 minutes to bake. During this time, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos with friends and family and everyone you know. We will bake, cook, chop, and whip up a great deal of simple and delicious meals as well as desserts. Now, remember to click the notification bell so you do not miss any of my videos. Okay guys, my cheesecake is done. Now remember that your cheesecake could take less or even more time to bake depending on your oven, but mine took an hour and 5 minutes to bake. You will know your cheesecake is done once it looks set, but the center slightly jiggles. I recommend you let it cool slightly in the oven by turning off your oven once it's done and slightly opening your oven door. You can then let it cool the rest of the way outside of your oven in a cooling rack. Once it is cooled, go ahead and place it in the fridge to set overnight. Okay everyone, it's literally a brand new day, and that's because we had to let our cheesecake sit overnight in the fridge because it needed to set up and be firm. Now, nobody likes warm cheesecake, right? That's because it doesn't hold up and it doesn't taste that good. That's why it's very important for you to leave it overnight. So we're gonna go ahead and get ready to start decorating this beautiful cheesecake, and for that I've gone ahead and whipped up some whipped cream and also cut up a whole bunch of strawberries. So let's get started. I'm so excited about this decorating. It's probably my favorite part of baking. Alright, so I've started kind of detaching the sides from my pan, and for that I used a small spatula I had. And then I'm just gonna remove the ring. Our cheesecake looks gorgeous, and just when you think it cannot get any better, we're decorating it. Okay, let's grab our whipped cream, which I have placed in a piping bag with a star tip. So what I'm gonna do is make rosettes around my cheesecake. Okay, so now you can take your cut up strawberries and gently place them around your cheesecake. There's no rules for this, but what I am doing is kind of forming a pattern where I'm putting a strawberry outside of my whipped cream and one on the inside. And if you have any leftover strawberries, you can cut them in quarters and randomly place them as well around your cheesecake. When cutting your cheesecake, you want to make sure you dip your knife into hot water, then kind of dry it up with a towel. You want to make sure that you do this step every single time you're going to make a cut on your cheesecake. Tasting the cheesecake literally takes me back to the first cheesecake I ever had. I thought it was out of this world. It was actually one of the first desserts I learned how to bake just because of how much I loved it. So cheesecake definitely brings memories to my mind. So I just want to encourage you to try this cheesecake. It is so delicious. You are going to be amazed. And also do not forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram and give me some love down in the comment area. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.